So in today's video, I'm going to give you a little drill that's going to take 1 to 2 minutes every time you practice, that's going to help you hit shots like that with every single golf club. And most importantly, going to save you thousands, if not tens of thousands of hours, trial and error to see something that works to get you hitting the ball well. Now, hopefully you're loving the sound of that. So what did we notice about that first shot? So if we pull that data up there, 87 mile an hour club speed generated 123 ball speed, a low point was ahead, launched at 18 degrees, and 180 yards carry with a 7-iron. Now I can't promise those numbers, but what I can promise with today, that if you learn with this drill, the little feel that we want from kind of waist height in the downswing through impact, and then how you're going to finish, you're going to strike the ball consistently, powerfully, and hit lots of good shots. So that's what we're going to be doing at the end of today. But certainly what I see more so with a lot of golfers is from a good setup position, we still see, relative to them, a decent club head speed, but the ball speed dropped way off. The ball pops up in the air and usually a left to right shape. So what's causing that? So if we look at address, for a lot of golfers, they'll see that address. But the best players in the world at impact, we see much more that way, as opposed to the golfers who struggle a bit with ball striking, you tend to see more of that at impact. So a lot of that is down to what's going on with the club face in the downswing, and then what that allows us to do coming into impact. So what we see with a lot of golfers is they'll take the club back, not too bad, but as they come down, particularly if you're videoing your swing, you'll tend to see the club face kind of looking a bit more up to the sky. And then as they come in from here, if they continued moving well into impact and created shaft lean, we can see that club face would point way over to the right and they would produce a nice strike, but still no ball speed, and a shot that goes way over to the right. So golfers will never do that. So what we'll tend to see is they'll come down into this position and then the body will stall, trying to square that club face up, and the club head overtakes the hands and you kind of get that scooping and flicking action. Now, that'll really make it hard to deal off the golf club and definitely gets the lowest point behind the ball of the golf swing. So either fats, thins or top shots become very commonplace. So the drill we're going to work on is initially we're going to try and just focus on getting to about waist height, but we're going to try and feel that we get that club face looking more down to the ground so that that leading edge is a little bit more kind of similar to my spine angle rather than being straight up or even going the other way. So we're just going to swing back to there, try and get to that position, and we're just going to swing through and see what happens. So initially, you'll probably be one of those golfers that just smothers it way left, which isn't a great feeling, but it definitely shows that we're giving ourselves a chance with that club face to get that back. So we're going to do one more of those, about waist height, get that club face looking more down. And again, we can see with the way I would use my body, that one curving way round to the left. And I think that can be quite an easy feel for a lot of golfers to get kind of there and get used to that. So the second part we're going to do is once we're here, we've got to try and feel that I've put a cane on the floor just as a visual for face on, that we're going to try and get the body ahead of the cane and finish with everything target side of the cane instead of being very much behind or even in line. So we do a little practice swing, a nice strong position, move ahead and finish ahead. And it can feel very, very different. So then we want to do a couple of little half swings with that feel. And straight away on the TrackMan numbers there, we'll see decent club head speed, great ball speed, low point moving much further ahead of the golf ball, de-lofting the golf club, and all of a sudden, a massive carry at 170. Now, it's very addictive, this drill. And when I do this little drill, I can almost, even though I've said a like 1 to 2 minute drill, I could almost do half an hour hitting shots like this. But once we get that club face in a nice strong position, then it's about shifting towards the target and keep moving towards the target, turning that body out the way. So we'll do a couple more of those. So we're stopping there. I appreciate I do go a little further back, but again, we see very similar numbers way ahead de-lofting the club. Now, I know when I've done videos about de-lofting, people say, why would you de-loft the club? Why don't you just hit less loft? Well, the key is if you're coming back to impact here, we're going to be catching the ground behind the ball. All elite ball strikers, it's ball and then ground. So we do one more, feeling that nice short one. Again, love that feel, not quite as good, but still way ahead, de-lofting, and a much crisper, more powerful strike. So then we're going to see, rather than stopping in that position, can I get it all as one movement? Now for me at the moment, I'm feeling like I do it a little bit more in the backswing. I'm not completely precious on that. Some golfers can have a little bit more rotation on the backswing, but need to make sure that they're turning, twisting the shaft down. Because remember, it's all about what we do in our backswing, in our downswing, sorry, because that's where the ball gets in the way. So now I'm going to try and do it all as one movement. One felt great. So we see decent club head speed, nice ball speed, a long way ahead for me, and great strike again. And then all we simply do is just reintroduce a little bit more length to the swing, really focusing on as I shift and get the club passing through that point. I appreciate that's not a static point in the golf swing, but we need to be getting that feel of what we're doing. And as we put length into the swing, we see the club head speed go up, we see the ball speed go up, we maintain that low point, a little bit more launch angle, and suddenly 183 carry and 194 total. And it doesn't even feel that I'm really trying to generate any club head speed. I'm just using the ground well. And because the club's in a nice powerful position, I'm getting much more efficiency into that club. So let's do one more with that longer swing. See there, that just felt a little bit out the toe, but again, good speed, low point ahead, less loft, still a very good carry for a slight miss hit. And then all I would say is, obviously I'm spending a little bit longer as I'm explaining this, but if you lose strike when you go longer, just go shorter again, get that feel. And when I do this with golfers, I see a big improvement, like with that one. There are even golfers joke about, I could just play golf with that shorter swing and that nice crisp strike. But we all want that little bit extra, don't we? And if you can then integrate that longer swing in there, really get that energy from club to ball like I've done there, we start seeing great carry with real consistency. But like I said at the start, it's all about having a drill that you can do for a few minutes, that instead of trying every little part of the golf swing to be better, the golf ball only knows what's going on from waist height to waist height. So if you can get good at practicing that and going from that address position to that nice, powerful impact position, and then finishing ahead of that cane, you really will take your ball striking to a whole new level.